some remaining part that we haven't solved our exercise on chapter 1, that is advanced web designing. So check that wherever you wrong. So it is better to keep that your assignment with you so that you can check the whatever you have done your work, okay, is right or wrong, that you can check by this today's session. Okay, so almost 32 participants. Now I'll share you a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so here is a chapter 1, advanced web designing. The first question is here, fill in the blanks. And the sub question is, the dash dash element is the steering element in an HTML. It indicates that document type definition being used by the document. Okay, here what asks the document type definition. Okay, it is not asked the how start the HTML document or how we can open an HTML. It is asked that how document type definition is indicated. So document type indication is given, or document type definition is given by doc type. Okay, so right answer is doc type HTML. But while writing this doc type, there must be exclamatory mark before doc type. Okay, and the doc type HTML is a whole statement, is a tag, so it must be enclosed by less than and greater than sign. If it is not enclosed by less than and greater than sign and you will write just doc type HTML, then your answer will be wrong. Okay, so for right answers you have to write the as it is the doc type element. So less than sign, exclamatory mark, doc type space HTML, and then close the bracket, that's curly bracket, angle bracket. Okay, so in this way you have to write your answer. In fill in the blanks, you have to keep in mind that the spelling mistake you have to avoid. When you are going to write any tag, then it must be enclosed inside the less than and greater than sign. If you're writing an attribute, then don't need to enclose it in tag because it is attribute. So you have to write just name of that attribute. Don't write the tag before it. Just whatever ask that you have to answer. You don't write extra things in fill in the blanks. Next question is, the dash dash is a tag in HTML that describes some aspect of content of web page. Okay, here always you have to concentrate on what they are asked. Here it is asked, it let me know the tag, or they want to know the tag in HTML that describes some aspect of content of web page. They're not asking the content of web pages to display. They are asking the aspect of content of web page. If you want to give the aspects, then it can be given by meta tag. Okay, so some students have answered here body tag, but they haven't asked only the content of web page. Okay, they have asked about the aspect of content of web page. So here it's the answer is meta tag. So the meta is a tag in HTML that describes some aspect of content of web page. Next question is a very easy question. The OL tag defines an, it's a simple OL means ordered list. So if you want to create an ordered list, or if you want to display ordered list on a web page, then by using OL tag you can display it. So here is the answer. The OL tag defines an ordered list. Next question number 4. An unordered list. Here is the question number 4, that an unordered list is created using the dash dash tag. Unordered list means no order is considered. If OL tag is used for ordered list, then unordered list can be created by using UL tag. Okay, so here answer is UL tag. Next question is, the dash dash element creates an inline frame. Inline frame means floating frame. If you want to create inline frame, if you want to create a floating frame on a web page, or if you want to place or insert inline frame on a web page, then the element tag is iframe tag. Okay, so the element iframe tag, it creates an inline frame. So the answer is iframe. See here, iframe tag, UL tag, meta tag, and doc type HTML tag. These are the all tags, so I have enclosed it in less than and greater than sign. But the things that is a OL, ordered list, is not a tag. OL is a tag, but ordered list is not a tag. So don't enclose it in less than or greater than sign. Okay, so here is first five question. We'll go for the next five. So in next five, the sixth question is here. Dash dash tag is used to specify video on HTML document. It's a simple and easy question. Okay, you have to write the name of tag. You have to write here tag used to specify video on HTML document. If you want to insert a video on web page, then video tag is used. So here answer is video tag. So video tag is used to specify video on HTML document. The next seventh question is, if a web developer wants to add a description to an image, he must use dash dash attribute. Okay, dash dash attribute with img tag means if you want to write a description of image, then only one attribute we can use with the img tag, that is alt attribute, and we have already discussed it that this attribute is a very important for search engine optimization because it gives the information about the image which you want to place or which you have placed in web page. Okay, so alt attribute is the right answer for this question. Next, the eighth question is, the dash dash property is used to set the position for an element. Okay, if you want to place an element at a proper position on a web page, then which property is used in CSS? That property is known as position. By using position, we can change the absolute, fixed, static, or relative position. Okay, so position is the right answer here. So the position property is used to set the position for an element. Next, question number 9. The float property defines the dash dash content. Okay, here is asked that the float property defines the dash dash of content. The answer is flow of content. Flow means what? The flow means what is the sequence you have used in your web page by coding. Okay, whatever the sequence is used in coding, according to the sequence, the elements are displayed on a web page. Okay, so here the float property defines, float property is defines how to display or how to mark the position, on a web page. Ashish, mute your mic. Ashish, mute your mic. Ashish, mute your mic. Okay, so here is next question, question number 9. The float property defines the dash dash of content. The float property defines the dash dash of content, that is a flow of content. So here is a flow of content. So flow is right answer. Question number 10. Dash dash is used with the elements that overlap with each other. Dash dash is used with elements that overlap with each other. So here is position is the answer. If you want to place one image on other, or if you want to place any element on other, means you want to overlap one image or one element on other element, then we are using position property. Okay, so by using position property, we can overlap elements on other element. Okay, so here right answer is position. So position is used with element that overlap with each other. So here we have finished our question number 1, fill in the blanks. Then we'll go on question number 2, state whether the following statement is true or false. Okay, the sub question first is HTML is an object oriented programming language. What it said, HTML is an object oriented programming language. First of all, we must know what is object oriented programming language. In programming language in which we are using objects, and as per the object we are writing the program or code. In HTML we are using HTML tags, we are not using any object. But in C++, we are using some object. In even though we can use Java or JavaScript, we are using object, and according to that object we are writing the code. But in HTML, we are writing tags instead of this object. So HTML is not an object oriented programming language. So this statement is false. Next, char set is used for character encoding declaration. We already studied in meta tag that char set is used for character encoding declaration. So this statement is related to meta tag and it's true. Next, third statement is an unordered list can be numerical or alphabetical. See here what is asked, unordered. Unordered list can be numerical or alphabetical. We have studied two types, there's unordered and ordered. In ordered, we always consider sequence. While it's an unordered list, we don't require sequence. It displays the list of elements in bullets or circles. Okay, so an unordered list can be numerical or alphabetical. It's false, because unordered list can be displayed in bullets, not in numbers or not in alphabetical. So this statement is a false. Next is a multi-level list can be created in HTML5. Okay, here what else the statement says that we can create a multi-level list, means a list inside a list or list lateral list. Okay, this type of structure we can create in HTML5. Yes, it's true. We can create multi-level list in HTML5. So this statement is true. Next is SRC code specifies the HTML content of page to show in the iframe tag. Okay, see SRC code, this statement confusing. See, SRC code specifies the HTML content of the page to show in the iframe tag. In iframe tag, we have studied many attributes, but SRC, not in SRC code, it is SRC doc, DOC. Okay, so SRC doc is specifies the HTML content, but SRC code doesn't specify the HTML content. Okay, so this fifth statement is wrong, so it is false. Now the next question is 6. The control attribute is not used to play, pause and volume button. We know that when we insert any audio or when we insert any media on a web page, at that time we require play button, pause button, volume controller or volume button. And if you want to enable this play, pause or volume button, we are using this attribute with the video tag. Okay, so the control attribute is not used to add play, pause and volume button is a false statement. So this is a false statement. So the last is .cs is the extension of CSS file. Okay, we have studied external files, how to create an external file in CSS. The extension for the external file which we want to create in CSS, that is .css, not .cs. Okay, so .cs is wrong. Instead of it, if .css was there, it was true, but here is .cs, so this statement is false. Okay, so this statement is false. Now we'll go on next third question, that is a choose single correct answer from the given option, that is a MCQ 1. Okay, there are four options given, but you have to choose one. You have to select one right answer. Okay, the first sub question is a dash dash element used to create a linking image. Okay, here four options are given, and what the question is asked, what element used to create a linking image? Okay, means to link image means to create a hyperlink to an image. So here img tag is given. The first option said img tag, but we know that img tag is used to insert an image on a web page. Okay, img tag we can't use to create a hyperlink to any image. We know td tag is related to table tag. Okay, here the question is asked regarding image. So td is not applicable for that image. And last option is use map attribute and map attribute. The map tag. Use map is an attribute, is not tag. So you can't consider use map because use map is an attribute, it's not a tag. And here it is shown that use map is enclosed by less than and greater than, so it is not possible. This option is wrong itself. Okay, so the remaining option is a map. So map tag, by using map tag, we can create client-side image mapping. So here map is right answer. So map tag used to create a linking image. Next question number 2. The dash dash tag is used to embed audio file on a web page. Okay, the dash dash tag is used to embed audio files on a web page. Okay, means if you want to insert any audio on a web page, which tag we are going to use? Sound? No. Video? By using video, we can place video on a web page. Embedded? No. So what is the right answer? The audio. Audio tag is used to embed or insert audio file on a web page. So right answer is audio. Now next is question number 3. A programmer wants to define range for age between 18 to 50. He will use a form with the following appropriate. Okay, now here question number 3 is asked regarding age range. It ranges between 18 to 50. And while studying input tag, we have studied input type is equal to range, and in that range we were specifying range from lower limit to higher limit. Okay, so here four options are given. The first option is number, by which we can only enter numbers. Compare, no, it's not used to insert a range. And the last option is text boxes. It's simply used to enter any content in a text box. But if you want to specify a range, then input type is equal to range. The range value is used for the type attribute. So here answer is C, range. Okay, so C, range is the right answer. Now next is a question number 4. Dash dash character is used to create ID in CSS. We have studied two types of selectors in class and ID. Class is created by using dot and ID is created by using hash. So what ask here? ID. So ID always prefixed with hash. So hash character is used to create ID in CSS. So right answer is a hash. Next question is a question number 4. Choose two correct answers from the given option. That is a MCQ 2. Means your 5 options are given and you have to select two right options. Okay, so list within another. Now first question is list within another list. Either dash dash list or dash dash list is called as nested list. See what the question is asked. The question is list within another list. Either in this type of list or this type of list is called nested list. So what are the two types of list in which we can use nested list? Either it may be ordered or unordered. Okay, so here two right answers, order and unordered. Question number 2. Image maps are of two types. Okay, image maps are of two types means we were studying two types of image mapping. Either is client side image mapping or server side image mapping. So here two options comes, client side or server side. Okay, so here two answers are correct, client side and server side. Question number 3. A CSS rule set contains dash dash and dash dash. CSS rules mean how we can write a style. Okay, so what is the format or what is the protocol to write the CSS style? We are writing the CSS by combining two objects to element, that is a selector and declaration. So declaration block is always enclosed in curly bracket. We know that declaration block is always enclosed in curly bracket and it starts with the selector. Okay, so here right answer is selector and declaration. Okay, so CSS rule set contains CSS rule contains selector and declaration. Next, question number 4. Client side image map can be created using two elements. In client side image map, we are using three different tags. The first tag is a img tag, which is used to create an image. Second tag is a map tag, by using which you can create a mapping. And last is the area tag. The area tag is used to create a hotspot on an image. Okay, so three tags we are using in client side image mapping. So what are the different tags given in the option? First is the area is given, so it is a valid. Image tag, no. Use map is a not tag. Map, yes, map is right answer. Server, no, server is a not a tag. Okay, so here are two right answers, area and map. So here two right answer, that is area and map. So next, question number 5. Here is choose three correct answers from the given options. Okay, here 6 options are given. You have to select 3 right answers. What is first sub question? Attribute of area tag is. Okay, so what are the different attributes that we can use in area tag? So the first attribute is given at href. Yes, href is used in area tag. What it denote? The HTML document or URL which you want to link to the particular hotspot, we are using href attribute. Okay, so we can say area href is equal to a.htm, or we can say area href is equal to www.http://www.msn.com. So this type of URL we can apply. So href is the right answer. Second is given src. No, src is used for image source. Okay, so we are not using src, or it is used in iframe but not in area tag. Chords, yes, chords is the right answer, because in area, when we are going to specify an area, that time coordinates are given by using this chords attribute. So chord attribute is right. Data, no, not valid. Alt, yes, it is right, because alt attribute is used to give alternate text for the hotspot. Means which hotspot is not creating any link, but it is what related, the information related to that can be specified in alt attribute. So alt attribute is a valid attribute for area tag. So we got these 3 options, that is href, chords and alt. You don't have to think about the 6th option. So href, chords and alt are right answer. Now question number 2. Attributes used with the iframe are. Okay, so here attributes of iframe tag are asked. So the first attribute is the src doc. We have already discussed about the src doc. Okay, so src doc is the right answer. It specifies the document to open. Okay, so src doc is the right answer. It is an attribute of iframe tag. Second tag is an attribute is a name. Yes, name attribute is used with iframe tag to specify name to the inline frame. Okay, for identification purpose, you can specify any name to the iframe or inline frame. So name is a valid attribute. Next is a alt attribute. Alt attribute is not used in iframe tag. Okay, next is a SRC attribute. Yes, it is a valid attribute. By using SRC attribute, we can specify source of the document. That means which document or which HTML page you want to open, that you can write inside the in the SRC. So SRC is deciding the source which you want to open in iframe. Okay, so SRC is right answer, name is right answer, and SRC doc is the right answer. Okay, so three options are right here. Now the question number 3, following are the form controls. Okay, when you are going to design a form, at that time which controls you can use. Okay, here first option is the email. Means if you want to create a text box in which you can write an email or you can type an email and it validate at that time. Okay, for that purpose you can create it by using input type is equal to email. Okay, when you say input type is equal to email, then the text box will create inside which you can type or a user can enter email ID only. Okay, so email is the right answer. Second is a search. If you want to create a search box on your web page, then by using input type is equal to search, you can create that search box. So search is a second right answer. Label, no, we can't create label by using input tag. Video, you can't create a video by using input tag. Tell, yes, it's right. It right. This is right answer, because see, if you want to create a text box in which you can enter a telephone number, then input type is equal to tell. This tag creates a text box in which you can type telephone number or it validate the telephone number. Okay, so here you got three answers. That is the first is the email, second is the search, and third is the tell. So these three are right answer. Email, search, and tell. Question number 4. Attribute used with the audio tag are. Okay, while using audio tag, when you go to insert in an audio tag, that time what type of attribute we can use? The first attribute is a autoplay. Means suppose if you want to play any audio automatically when your pages get load on screen, then autoplay, this attribute is useful. So this is a valid attributes of audio tag. Next is a href attribute. Href attribute is not used for audio. Okay, audio tag, in audio tag href attribute is not used, so it is not valid attribute. Controls, yes, by using controls we can place control buttons like a play, pause, and volume buttons. So controls is an enable, controls enables this control, so we can say it is valid attribute for audio tag. Next, CNTRL, no, it's not valid. Loop, yes, it is right. This loop is an attribute which is used to repeat or to play the any audio with number of times. Okay, so loop is a valid attribute. So here three attributes are valid: autoplay, controls, and loop. Okay, so these three attributes are applicable for audio tag. Then question number 5. CSS types are dash dash, dash dash, and dash dash. Okay, so CSS types means types of CSS. We know there are three types of CSS: inline, internal, and external. Okay, so here are three right answers: inline, internal, and external. Okay, these are the three types of CSS. Then question number 6, that is a positioning type in CSS are. Positioning type in CSS are means what type of values we can use to position attribute. We are using three attributes to position, that is a static, fixed and absolute. One more attribute we are using, that is a relative, but we have studied these four attributes, that is static, fixed and absolute. Okay, so these first three options are right answer. Question number 7, types of floating properties are, means when you say float colon, what type of values you can use for the float? So the three values are there. First is a left, second is a right, and third is a none. Zero, all, dot, this type of values we are not using for float property. So what are the right answer? Right answer are left, right, and none. Okay, so these three options are, or these options are right answers for question number 7. Okay, next is the question number 6, that is the match the pair. Okay, here 5 questions are given and 5 options are also given here. So if you say UL tag, to which option it is applicable? So we'll check the first one, client side image map. There is no relation of UL tag with the client side image map. Second is a CSS property. You can't say CSS property. UL is not a CSS property. Third option is a bulleted list. Bulleted list. UL means unordered line. Unordered lines means without numbering we can create a list. Means with the bullets we can create a list. So UL tag, this option is applicable for bulleted list. So UL list is related to bulleted list. Next is the second, use map attribute. Use map attribute will start from the first, client side image map. Yes, there are two type of image mapping, client side image map and server side image map. For client side image mapping you are using use map attribute with the img tag, and in server side image mapping we are using is map attribute. So for use map attribute, the first option is applicable. Now next is the third, the color. Color is an attribute, or color is a property. So this property is applied to client side image map is already done. So next is a CSS property. Okay, color is a CSS property by which we can apply any color to the text. Okay, so front color can be enabled or front color can be displayed by using color attribute. So color is a CSS property. Next, question number 4 is the image img tag. IMG tag is used to insert an image. Okay, so here are two options. See, first option says that image as a submit button, and the second option is the insert an image. When you create or insert any image with IMG tag, then only image is inserted, but there is no submit button, or by submit button you can't insert any image. Okay, so IMG tag is applicable to insert an image, this option. And last is of input type is equal to image. If you want to submit button to submit any image, then the input type is equal to image can be applied. So input type is equal to image is referred to image as a submit button. Okay, so here is the match the pair, question number 6. Next, here we are going to study question number 7, that is the programs. Okay, so sub-question first, what says, write a program using HTML with following CSS specification. Here you have to write HTML programs, but there's some 4 specifications are given here. We will see the specification one by one, and then we will start to write a program. So here is the first sub-question or sub specification. First is what says, the background color of the company name should be in a green. Okay, so background of the company name should be green. Second specification says that the text color of the company name should be red. Background color should be green and the text color should be red. The third specification says that the heading should be large with the font Comic Sans MS. Means heading should be large. Mean the name of the company should be displayed with the heading style, means with the heading tags, and the font of that text should be Comic Sans MS. Particular font name is given here. And fourth specification is given that the description of the company should be displayed in blue color in a paragraph. Means we have to apply blue color to the paragraph which we use on a web page. Okay, so for first three specification, means if you want to apply background color as green, if you want to apply text color as a red, and the font should be in heading style, and the font family should be Comic Sans MS. This is configured by a one style. As we are using heading tag, so we use H1 here. H1 is a selector because we are going to create a H1 tag in a body section. So here we are using H1 selector. In H1 selector, we are using here background dash color colon green. Okay, background dash color colon green. This is the property which is used to apply background color for any text or any element on a web page. Okay, here we are going to use green color to the background, so we have specified green color to the background dash color property. Background dash color and the value is separated by colon, and the whole property with the value means one declaration is separated with other declaration by using semicolon. So here is a semicolon. The next property is a color colon red. Here the second specification what said the text color should be red. If you want to apply text color as a red, you can say color colon red. And font family should be Comic Sans MS. So font dash family colon in double inverted comma. Here we have specified a name of font. See here we haven't used double inverted comma, but in a last this value we are using the double inverted comma. Why? Because in value we are specifying space bar, and if the space bar is given, then the tag consider it, or the style will consider it, that is the one particular value is for font dash family. So if I remove this double inverted comma, then what will assign font dash family colon comic. Only comic is specified to the font dash family. But if you want to apply this whole value to this property, then you have to insert this whole value inside the double inverted comma. So this whole property is applicable to font dash family. So here we have created our first element and first style, and second style says that you want to apply blue color for the paragraph or for the description. So only small one property you have to use, that if you are using this property or style for paragraph, then here I have created selector for P tag is used to create a paragraph. So here I am selecting selector P, then opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. In opening curly bracket, we are using color colon blue. In curly bracket, color colon blue. So blue color will be applied to the text. Now start to write a program. Okay, see here. First we start with the doc type. So doc type HTML. Then we start the program with the HTML tag. We end the program with the slash HTML. Then we start with the head tag. Then closing tag, that is a slash head. Then we start title tag. We write here Makers Web Solution as a title. We close the title tag, then we start body tag, then we close that body tag using slash body. So here is the general structure of HTML. Okay, in this general structure of HTML, first of all, we create a heading. If you want to create a heading, then it can be possible by using h1 tag. Here I use an attribute align to align the content inside the h1 at the center. So h1 align is equal to center, and then Makers Web Solution is the content I have enclosed inside the h1 tag. Next, I'm going to create a paragraph. The paragraph is also must align at the center. So I'm using p align is equal to center. Here I'm going to write a paragraph. The first line I've completed, then br tag. Here is second line, third line, fourth line, and here we are closing the paragraph by using slash p. Okay, so here we have completed the body section. Two tags are used in body section, h1 and p tag. Now will come a style tag. Here we are using style tag. Style tag means it's a internal style sheet, and first style which we are going to use for h1 tag, that we have defined here, which is already studied. H1 in curly bracket background dash color colon green semicolon color colon red semicolon font dash family colon and then Comic Sans MS. Then second style we are going to write that is a p color colon blue. Okay, this is for paragraph, and here we close the style tag which is open at this start. Okay, so here's internal style sheet is completed. The program is completed. You have to store this program by using a .html extension, and you have to open this program in a browser. Either you can use Google Chrome or Internet Explorer. Okay, the output will display like this. Okay, see, Makers Web Solution is a heading, and that heading is displayed in red color with Comic Sans MS font. Then the background of this particular part, means this heading, is shown with the green color. Okay, so here is the first output of h1 style. Next we have to display the paragraph with the blue color colon blue. So the paragraph is displayed with the bluish color. So as per the specification given, we have get the desired output. Okay, so this is the right solution for your first program. Then we'll come on the second program, that is the write HTML5 code with the CSS is as follows. The first specification says that to create a form to accept name, comma, age, email address from the user. Okay, means here you have to create a form, and in form there will be three elements. First is for name, second is for age, and third is for email address. The second specification says that to create a submit button to send the data. So here we have to create submit button, and the third option, the heading of the form should have the background color and a different font style. Okay, so here we have to use font style. Different font style means there are three font style: italic, oblique, and bold. Okay, so any style you can use here. The heading of the form should have background color and a different font style. Okay, so here h1 background dash color colon. Here I am using style h1 in curly bracket background dash color colon hash and 6-digit hexadecimal code. Okay, we must know that each and every color has a specific hexadecimal code. Okay, there are different type of shades available, and these shades have a different codes, and that code is a hexadecimal. Hexadecimal means from 0 to 9 and A to F. Okay, so here I have specified a hexadecimal code that can be written in 6 digit 6B75F9. Okay, these are 6 digit and it prefixed with the hash sign. So this code I have assigned for the background color of H1 tag. And font style I have meant italic. Okay, italic means the tilted characters will display. Okay, this type of style I'm going to use to this heading of the form. So now we are going to write a program. First of all, as usual, doc type HTML, then HTML tag, then closing of HTML, then head tag, title tag. Here we want to registration form to create. So title is a registration form. Then we close this head tag. We start with the body tag, and we close here slash body. Okay, so here is the general structure of HTML. Then we write H1 tag, that is H1 registration form. Here is the heading for the form. Then we write to create a form, we use form tag, that is a form. We are giving here name. We are giving here name to the form. So form name is equal to rec underscore form. Next we close here form by using slash form. Now here enter name colon. This is the label. The label can be created itself. Whatever you write, this that will display as it is on your screen when you open it in a browser. So enter name colon input type is equal to text, name is equal to name, and here we are closing this input tag. So what we are doing here we are going to create a text box, and the name for the text box for just for identification we are giving name to the name attribute. Okay, so input type is equal to text, means text box you want to create, name is equal to name. Here you are going to assign a name. Here you can give any name. Here I'm giving name, but you can assign any other name too. Okay, and next BR tag. So here we have completed your first element of form. Then the second element enter age. Here you have to enter age, but age must be in numbers. Okay, so here we are using input type is equal to number. So the text box will create, and I'm giving name equal to age. I'm specifying name age to the that text box, and in that text box we can enter only number, because here we are specifying its type is a number. So input type is equal to number, name is equal to age. Next is a BR tag. We are jumping on a next line. So next element is enter email. Here we are entering or here we are inserting a text box, and the text box is related to email, means input type is equal to email. By using this particular input tag, we are creating a text box on which we can enter only email ID, nothing other content. Okay, so input type is equal to email, name is equal to email. Here we are closing it with BR tag. Next, if you want to create a submit button, then you have to write input type is equal to submit, name is equal to submit, value is equal to submit. So here submit button will be created. Next we write style. This is the internal style sheet. So style tag is used. Here is a style which we want to apply, that is a background color of the H1 tag will be 6B75F9, this hexadecimal code, or whichever color related to that code will display. The font as style colon italic, so font will display in italic style. We close the style tag by using slash style. Okay, so here we have finished our program. When you save it by using .html extension and when you open it on a browser, then output will display like this. So see here, registration form is the heading. It is a tilted, means it displays an italic style, and the background color is like sky blue color. The color code is already we have given specified in background dash color. Next here, enter name is a label, as it is it displays. Next text box is displaying here. Three text boxes displays here, enter age, enter email. In first text box, when you enter a text, then it will display the text like a name of any person. In second text box, if you want, if you go to type any text, then it will not allow. Why it will not allow? Because you have specified that it is a number. So enter age, this in this text box you can enter only number. It is not possible to enter any text. Enter email, here you can enter email id. It will check that you have entered valid email id or not. If it is invalid email id, then the system or the form will denote it that you have entered wrong email id. You have to correct it. And at the end, there is a given submit button. When you click on the submit, then the form will submit to wherever you want to submit. Okay, so this is the output of second program. Now the question number 3. Here is a write HTML5 code with the CSS as follows. Create ordered list. The specifications are: create ordered list with name of tourist cities, create an unordered list with tourist places of those cities, and divide the list into two sections, left and right, by using CSS. Okay, so here three specifications are given. In the first specification, you have to create an ordered list with the tourist cities, and in second section or second list, you have to create unordered list and you have to place tourist places of those cities. Okay, so what we will do, we will create a two different section. In first section we will create tourist cities, and in different section we will create the different tourist places of that cities. Okay, and third specification says that divide the list into two sections, left and right, by using CSS. Okay, so now here we are going to write a program. The first part, as usual, doc type HTML, then HTML tag, then slash HTML. Next is a head tag. We close it by using slash head. Next is a body tag. We close it by using body slash body. Then title tag we are using. Here is a list demo. And next is a OL tag. Here we are going to create an ordered list. The first ordered list must be closed by slash OL. Now the element starts here with the li tag. The first list element is a Aurangabad. Next element is a Pune. Next list element is Mumbai. Fourth list element is a Kolhapur, and the last element is a Goa. So these are the tourist cities. Okay, now we have to create another list, that is an unordered list for the places in these tourist cities. So I start with the UL tag. First list item, that is Ajanta and Ellora caves. Second list element is the Bibi Ka Maqbara. Third list element is a Daulatabad Fort. All these three tourist places are in Aurangabad. Next is a Shaniwar Wada. It's in Pune. Next list element is a Dagdushet Ganpati, that is in Pune. Next list element is a Gateway of India, it's in Mumbai. Next list element Juhu Chowpatty, it's in Mumbai. Okay, I just directly use tourist places in Goa. Okay, so here is a Baga Beach, then Kalangut Beach, and here we are closing the UL tag by using slash UL. Okay, so one ordered list and other unordered list I have created here. So here we are going to create two sections, that is a div class equal to left. I close this at the end of the OL tag. So here I have created a section division. Okay, and using class here left, I want to arrange this at the left side. So I'm using div class is equal to left. And we have to define that class in a style that will be letter of procedure. Okay, first of all, we will create two sections, first one for ordered list and other section for the unordered list. When we create two different sections, then we can use it for arranging in left or right. Okay, now the second sections I'm going to create, that is a div class is equal to right. We close it by using slash div. Okay, so here two sections are created. I have given the class name left and right, both these list elements. Now I write style tag, style, I end it with the styles. Before that I use dot left. Dot means it is related to class. If you want to define a class, it always starts with the dot, and if you want to define a ID, then it starts with the hash. So here we are going to define the classes in both the section. So here we are using dot left. Here I want to float this particular section or division at the left side, so I'm using float colon left. And just to understand that which is the left section, which is the second right section, it is better to identify. So I'm giving background color for each section. For left section, I'm giving background color as a sky blue. Okay, so it will float to the left. And similarly, I write for the right section, that is a dot right. Here dot is the class starts. So right is the name of that class. Opening curly bracket, here float colon right. I want to assign it at the right side. So float colon right, semicolon. And I use background color for this section is a yellow. So background dash color colon yellow. Then I close the style tag by using slash style. So here we have completed this program. When we want to check the output, you have to save this by using .html, and when you open it in a browser, then the output will display like this. So the first list is having the background color is a blue, sky blue, and it aligned at the left side. Why? Because we have float it at the left. And the second list, we have created the second list with the background yellow, and we float it at the right position, so it displayed at the right side. Okay, so by using float attribute, float property, we can align or keep assign the position of for the any section or divisions. Okay, so here we have aligned this in a line, one at left side, another is right side. Okay, so this is the output of your third question. So here we have finished our exercise of chapter 1. Okay, most of the students, you have submitted this. Some questions, some answers were wrong, some were right. Okay, now you check yourself where we're wrong and correct it yourself. Okay, so is there anybody has doubt? Yes, near 5 to 6 students are there who haven't submitted their assignment. Okay, now they have to submit. They have to write it on your. They have to write on a notebook, and they have to get snap of that all work done, and then send it on my email ID. I shared my email ID before it. Okay, if anybody don't have, then ask to other students. They will give you. Okay, so we are finishing here today's session.